The following is a conversation with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 3rd of January, 1976, in Nellore, India.
These things are not available in the Western countries. They do not know how to.
I don't think that there's ever been a personality who has ever given such a great gift to the Western world as yourself, Prabhupada.
Yes, actually that is that, but let them appreciate that.
Gradually, I think they all will. Some are now.
Oh, they are intelligent. Right.
The thing is, it seems to me that we are flooding so many books that they must become Krishna conscious.
Yes. They have no alternative than to read these books.
Practically now, it is commonplace that every day when our men go out, supposing each man meets in a day 1,000 people or 500 people, always, without a doubt, at least one or two of the people he's met, they already have another book. And they're taking a second and third book.
Yes.
Many of them have 2 and 3 volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita or Bhagavatam. And although they may not read it, their children are reading it.
Somebody is reading.
Oh yeah. I made a study. I asked the men in our party, when they were all gathered, to raise their hand if they had received a book before joining our party. And every single one of them had gotten a book before joining the movement. Without exception. They were attracted through reading a book or a magazine.
And talk with the police officer is always
Right.
Why you want to do? Every paper, there are so many papers. Education, so much advanced. And everyone is a criminal. And some people, and it. Hare Krishna only. So why a man does not become ready before 4 o'clock and have Mangalarati and Kirtan? If our habits are not changed, then what is the use of spending so much money? So where is your independence? What is the answer? At any moment you have to die. They will Mujiba Rahman or Mussolini or big, so Napoleon.
Franco.
Huh?
There was that
Yeah. Everyone. He was given horse urine to drink. Napoleon. He was a great hero, but he had to drink. Also, he was Englishman after Waterloo. When he was arrested, when he was asking water, he was given horse urine. Because everyone was very angry. Because they say, Hiranakuti. They were threatening the children. Bona is coming. He became so much. He was known as Bona. You do not know all this thing?
No.
Yes. Whole Europe became threatened Napoleon. There must be some reaction. And when he was under custody, he was treated like a very he had to drink horse urine as reaction of his atrocity. Hitler committed suicide. Mussolini was forced to. He became, Gandhi was killed. And they are fighting for India. You know this Sydney, why the city is known as Sydney.
Right.
Sir Philip Sidney, the great commander, during the fighting time, when he was shot, he asked for water, and the water was not supplied, and he died. No, he was a very generous man. He was commander, water was brought, and at the same time another soldier was being carried. He was also going to die. He was looking for the water. So immediately he said, this water given anytime. He was very generous. He knew that I am going to die. He can be said, give me water. So that Sydney, Sir Philip Sidney, Melbourne, it is also named under their soil. So where is your independence? If you are thinking independently and doing things independently, then it is not foolishness. Why don't you answer? You don't want to be foolish. Suppose within the prison walls, if you want to do things independently, is it possible?
No, it always depends.
You will be put into further sufferings. As soon as you violate the rules and regulations of the jail, you will be put to a further term of suffering. You are trying there independently, trying to avoid pregnancy, and the same man who has killed his own child for same hour, he is being killed within him. Prakriti-Ramana. Nature is not tolerant. In India, still, these things are not happening because they are not so advanced to use all these contraceptive methods. But in Europe, America, it has become common affair to kill the child within the home.
It's starting here also.
Yes, gradually. As soon as you kill, then you must be killed. This law is there. Life for life. So where is your independence? Independence means you are inviting more suffering, that's all. You go on, declare your independence. We are the only sane man. We have accepted that we are not independent. Here Krishna is asking, let me surrender. That's all. So we have to convince the people Krishna consciousness movement is very scientific. You are foolishly rascal. You are trying to be independent. That is not possible. Krishna is asking to surrender, you do that. That will make it. And many varieties of ways we have to convince and prove that you are foolishly thinking that you are independent. So-called scientific advancement are only promising, yes, in future we shall be like this. What is future? Just take account of the present position. Where is the history? If in the past something like that happened, then you can expect future. But in the past, the whole world history, there is no independence. Ahankara vimurasma pattaham iti mannati. These rascals out of false ego, vimura, foolishly declare that I am the doer of everything. I can do everything. Pattaham iti mannati. Mannati means falsely thinking. Actually, he is nothing but a small particle. This is what is the root cause of suffering. Discuss all these things amongst yourselves and preach and inform these rascals, so-called civilized scientists and people. That is preaching. We have to present the truth in such a way that they will be convinced, yes. And within 15 minutes, the plane in Arabia, 53 men, fell. Within 15 minutes to drop. Earlier in the morning. We have invented so many nice machines, but when there is order from superior, nonsense your machine will die immediately. What do you want? So why don't you accept that is superior? Why do they not accept? What is the reason? Can I say?
Vimura.
They accept. If you accept that he is Vimura, then he is advanced. It's like a dog is barking. Just run towards him with a stick, immediately stop. So because he's dog, he thinks I'm element, I can bark like this. And as soon as simply one stick, then he's element. You will find psychologically, I have a big dog, you just run towards him with a stick. He knows that when this man will strike me with this stick, I cannot do it. He knows it very well. Sometimes falsely, if he touch the ground, he will go. Everyone is thinking independently, he is forming a party, a revolution, a ism, and so many things. All of them are foolish, rascals. They do not see the history. The stronger man than ourselves, Napoleon, Hitler, this man, that man, Gandhi, everyone is finished. What is the value of my planning again? There are many gods. Vivekananda is follower of Vivekananda. Vivekananda house was made 8 years ago. So, what is the use of the earth? It is standing and it is covered with mattress. What is it called? Straw. What is it called?
Ryan.
No. Dharma, we say dharma. The bamboo cut into slices.
Chitra.
Cheetah?
Like a roof in another place in Madras.
Yeah. It is English cheetah, it is called.
No.
That is English, what is English? They do not use it.
Catch.
Catch. Yes. That is right. So, the windows are thatched. So where is the production? We are understanding as preacher. So where is the preacher? People should have gone there in hundreds. There should have been some program. So where is the program? So Vivekananda house. Each of the house. Rows of statues on the beach. Many statues. For passing story. By the crowd. I have seen in Calcutta one statue of Sar Asutosh Mukherjee. So, in the morning, on the day of their birth, as I said, one of the municipal sweepers with their brush, they rub it to cleanse the suddenly stuck up closed stool with water. It will be done for 3-4 hours. Then the evening, big man will come together and offer him garland on a prayer. Just like they were offering. In this way, the meeting will be held. In the morning, it is brushed with the sweepers, the steel brush, And in the evening, it is offered there. I said it. Here also I see that she has kept Krishna's murti outside. It is opera.
They're not Krishna Bhakti, these people, at all. Even that tulsi tree around the corner they've clipped to shape it, trips over branches.
I am not like them.
Last night when we were reading, they all were, especially on that point of following the regulative principles, no meat, crabs, fish, eggs. They all cut up the work.
You say that same cooking place will have to do where they are cooking meat.
They're not cooking it now.
Huh?
They're not doing that now.
He's not planning. When he comes here, he's determined that he will not eat in anyone's home.
That is very good.
Not only that, but he's not going to sleep in anyone's home either. They want to camp out by the riverside.
Very good.
He says that he finds it from reading your books, it's very clear that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very careful and strict to only eat prasada, cooked by proper persons.
No, purchase from Jagannath temple.
Yeah, like that.
People would come to offer me prasada. So what is the cost of the prasada? That was taken and we practiced. Formerly the system was, there was no hotel, but there were temples. You go and you can purchase very cheap price. I went with my father and my child in a plane. So my father would never take food at anyone's house or in the hotel. He find out some temple and pay them and still there are many temples. So I was about 10 years old at that time, so 70 years ago. So he paid 2 annas to the pujari and he gave us so much. It can be eaten by 5, 6 men. Khichdi, vegetable, varieties, 2 annas.
There's a nice temple in Navadvip that does that. The Govinda temple in Navadvip. When I was going to purchase the land in Mayapur, the Mr. Das, the lawyer, and we would take our meals at this temple. Every day he would give them. They had an arrangement like this. At least 100 people were taken. Respectable people. Oh, it's a very good temple, that temple. Of course, I don't know how bona fide the persons who speak at night are, but every night there's speakers, and many people coming. It's a very good temple. I was very impressed by it. Nice rooms for people to stay, upstairs. Very active, always being cleansed by people. And first class prasada.
We have got so many examples introduced.